Something so important, it's actually going to happen to you when it comes to the month of February 2022. Do you know what I can see, my gorgeous Libra? I can see the fact that you are going to be having such a special and rather important moment. The important moment I'm talking about, it's to do with you waiting for the specific moment in time. It's you waiting for something. So this is pretty much so to do with things that you have been waiting for and things that you have been hoping for that are going to happen, that are going to take place in your life, but especially specifically when it comes to the last 10 months. What you were pretty much so thinking about intensely over the last 10 months when it comes to the certain blockage and things that have been happening and unfolding in your lives that have been affecting you, you know, in big way, in particular when it comes to your planning, when it comes to things that you want to do, things that you want to achieve, but also most certainly when it comes to you moving on with your life. So my gorgeous Libra, this is actually a really good news indeed. There is a big part of your life going to manifest this month, something that you so much wanted to happen, but also it's pretty much so rather important to pay attention to what is actually going to happen on the 8th of February, 18th of February, and the 28th of February 2022. All these 3 days are going to be the actual key dates, very important days when it comes to you realizing something really big, but also when it comes to you like getting the picture, getting the bigger picture, and also getting something so important out of it when it comes to the actual you know, like making sense of things. You know, this is really important. But also on another hand, my gorgeous Libra, you know, it's about you paying attention to these 3 important days when it comes to this specific subject. So it's the 8th, 18th and the 28th of February. These 3 days are going to be the actual key dates. So not only that you're going to realize on these dates like an important unfoldment in your life, but something is going to be pointed to you. And you're not going to be able to ignore it. Something is going to change your way of thinking. Something is going to change your mind. And this is going to inspire you. It's going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow. So these 3 days are fantastic when it comes to paying attention to signs, when it comes to paying attention to synchronicities, and above all, when it comes to paying attention to those ideas that you are having on your mind, because they are going to be sacred in many different ways when it comes to you. Oh my God, you will see exactly what I mean. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Libra. And it's for February 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card forecast is for you, my gorgeous Libra, and it's for February 2022. Your number when it comes to numerology is number 2909. This is very important number, and it means that out of the blue, the certain situation is going to take place, and that is going to awaken you. It is going to wake you up like there is no tomorrow, and you are going to become aware of some kind of timing, and that timing is going to be absolutely everything. Above all, by the end of the month, you're going to become aware of something so big, so huge, so enormous. But I'm telling you, it's going to be an element of surprise, and that element of surprise is absolutely everything, because it's going to help you to get to know yourself on a much higher scale. So what is going to unfold by the actual 28th of February 2022, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to you, because you know, you're going to feel like, oh my God, like you are getting very close to something so big, something so important, something so huge when it comes to your life. But that is going to be the direct result of you just trusting yourself, like following your intuition. Like, no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what's happening around you, you must make sure that your candle is lit. You must make sure that you are the one holding this candle. The more you do that at this time, the more powerful you are going to be, the more grounded you're going to be. So this is the direct result of you following your own intuition not that long ago, and this in itself is going to be absolutely obvious, absolutely evident. So this is going to be an amazing month for you, because you will know that you are getting very close to something really big. But you have to trust yourself, because every single time when we are getting very close towards something really big, you know, we are facing certain challenges, and certain challenges that you are going to have have, don't go off your path. Don't listen to nonsense. Don't listen to things that don't make sense. Don't listen to people who are bringing you constantly down. Move on from them. Move away from this type of vibration and this type of energy, because this in itself was part of you maybe feeling a little bit slowed down and maybe feeling a little bit negative, at times. So this is why this is so important. What else number 2909 means that you are, on one hand, you're going to have something really big happening, like I could say this moment in time, it's like almost like a dream, like, oh my God, like so big. This is going to be so big to you, certain information, certain message. And that in itself is going to pretty much gonna get you going. You're going to find yourself, yeah, baby, let's go on the path that is just going to inspire you. It's going to motivate you. And also you will know that you have got something so important within you, the answer to something so big that was so much slowing you so far, but now you will be just going through like there is no tomorrow, because your subconscious mind is going to be guiding you. So that's why primarily you have to really take this as a God's gift, as a blessing, when it comes to these inspirations that you're going to have throughout the months, when it comes to these ideas that you're going to have, because you are most certainly going through your personal transformation. So you're also going to kind of feel like, oh, you want to change things, or you're sick of this, or you're sick of that, or you don't like this anymore, or you're not understanding why you're doing this for so long. It's just all this is fantastic to follow through, because it's just meant to happen when it's meant to happen. And this in itself, it's miraculous. On another hand, when you're going through the actual personal transformation, you also will feel like you want to make a certain changes around you. I'm always keep on saying to people how important this is, because once you throw yourself into this energy, into this vibration, into this dimension, it's about you responding to this wonderful energy, which is just kind of like a really inspiring you, and it gets you going. But at the same time, you become very magnetic, and then it's amplified, the fact that you kind of like have these ideas, because you have got a very strong connection with the universe and with the earthly energies in itself. And then on another hand, my gorgeous Libra, it's just all about the actual, you are most certainly going to find yourself really kind of being inspired about a certain aspect of your life. This is very important. And at around the 25th of February in particular, at around the 25th of February, just pay attention to, because something is going to inspire you, and something is going to kind of increase your concentration levels. And this is brilliant, but it is going to require from you to step into an unknown area of your life. But what you need to do is just follow your personal reflection, and also when it comes to this respect for knowledge, because you're gonna have this very strong desire, to learn something new, to learn something additional, and this is all part of this wonderful process that I'm actually talking about. And it's worth to pay attention to an important news that you're going to have at around the same time, at around the 25th of February 2022, because that good news, it's also going to be like, ooh la la, it's gonna give you the sense of awareness from a much kind of like a more powerful angle, and that in itself is going to result in you having a highlighted that special part of your life. Oh, I'm really great at doing this, so I'm really great at doing that, something that makes you feel rather vavavoommish, my gorgeous Libra. So you're most certainly going to like it. You see these little wings you're about to grow. Important. Okay, and then on another hand, it's just like a basically what you need to remember also, that this month is going to bring you great improvement, really important development, and it's just like going to be like a personal promotion that you needed so much. And it doesn't matter whether you're working, whether you're looking for work, whether you're retired. No, baby, no, it doesn't matter at what stage you're at your life. It's all about your inspiration, and it's all about going through, it's all about going forward, it's all about giving credit to yourself. By giving credit to yourself, you make sense of things that absolutely don't make sense around you. So this is why this is so important, because it's all about your own personal rebirth, and also the outcome of the past effort, what was going on in your life over the last 23 months. This is also going to be playing an important role, the actual outcome of the past effort. But I want to warn you about something, because you need to karmically let something go. So karmically is just what is going to happen. Somebody is actually going to pretty much, so this is like a part of this wonderful challenge. Life is never simple, isn't it? Because if it is, then everything would be like really too easy for us, isn't it? And that's not the way it's meant to be, of course. So, you know, basically what I was going to say that somebody, it's just a basic, this is part of the challenge, my gorgeous Libra. You can do this, baby, you can do this. It's a part of the challenge. Somebody is going to wind you up, and somebody who has got like such a different opinions to you, and you and that person or that group of people are so far apart. You know, this happened before, you're so far apart. So what you need to do is just like a kind of like a really, you need to kind of like learn how to like maybe stand your ground, but without any argument. You know, if you see that it's going like towards that direction, you just do absolutely everything that you possibly can in order to iron out the situation in the best possible way, so that person doesn't feel any grudge against you, and you don't feel necessarily a grudge against that particular person. So somebody, you just like kind of, you're so far gone, you know, with your opinions, with your way of thinking. So it's on you to be wise, to have this wise moment, and to get the most out of it by rising above this situation, by rising above this little bastard, you know, this little situation, and in the best possible way by just like going over and making them feel okay, not letting them necessarily know what you think, you know. So you just kind of need to avoid like a certain argument or certain disagreement in such a way where you can just make it like iron it out spiritually and nicely, where they don't realize how you think, because there is no point to have a conversation, because it's only going to explode and go somewhere where you don't want to go, where you don't want to be, you know. So this is something, this is part of the challenge, but you can do it, of course. But on another hand, when I said that, you know, this is the time of the development and the personal promotion of your life, that in itself, what is going to be part of it, actually this continuance, you know, of the certain effort. You know, you're going to realize that the specific part of your life just slowly came to an end, something that was happening and unfolding over the last 8 months indeed. So this is slowly coming to an end, but this is part of it. So you're not going to feel down, you're not going to feel sad, you're not going to feel negative. As soon as you kind of realize this, you're like in your mind, subconsciously and consciously already, you're like cutting, you know, the cord with that particular situation. So you need to know where there is the end of the journey, there is the new journey that is going to start, you know. So this is an important moment, and that in itself, it's going to make you realize, you know, the hidden little danger. Through that, you will be aware and you will awake to the hidden little dangers. So this is really important, because that in itself, it's going to redirect you slightly. It's going to confirm something so delicate and so sensitive for you, to you, and then at the same time, it's going to within the next 7 days, within the next 7 days later, you know, there is something very sacred that you are going to get, like a sacred gift, which is going to happen, and it's going to come to you in terms of the actual resolution of a problem. This is when the sacred gift is going to manifest itself, and this is like you're going to hear about the resolution of a certain problem. It's to do with a conclusion which is going to bring you healing, which is going to ground you, because it's going to bring you a rather satisfactory result, and that is going to make you feel really good, but it's going to lead towards a certain compromise, of course. But then that in itself is going to inspire you, and it's even going to make you really artistic, my gorgeous Libra. So this is a really important moment in time. So when this conclusion, when this problem's resolution of the problem happens, that was dragging, then that in itself is going to pretty much going to make you really creative, but it's also going to put you on the path where you are going to have a very, very meaningful experience, and that meaningful experience is going to be a big mama for you, because you know that meaningful experience is going to in turn into this sacred gift. And what this sacred gift is, you will see exactly, you will know exactly what I'm talking about and what I'm actually referring to, because this is going to be really important to you, sacred. You're going to find yourself again. You're going to feel that vibration, wombish vibration you didn't feel in a long time. I love you long time. You're going to feel this vibration that you didn't feel in a long time, but then at the same time, it's just going to be like a personal ritual to you. It is going to rejuvenate every single part of you, every single aspect of you, your spirituality. Sometimes people have no idea how important spirituality actually is. Spirituality can get protect you, can keep you on top of things, and it can get you going when things are like, oh my god, do you know what I mean? So it's important, and it's gonna feel like a personal a ritual to you, you know. But then again, it's just gonna lead towards this really important, huge, massive, enormous idea. It's all gonna be about that idea, you know. At around the 27th, 28th of February, it's all about this important idea, and that idea, it's gonna be for exactly 15 months later. Within the next 15 months, this is going to be absolutely explode and go on such a magical level, and that in itself is going to bring so many things into your life that you should have. So one step at a time. But this is when this projection is going to take place. This is when this projection is going to happen. On another hand, my gorgeous Libra, when it comes to your nutrition and things like that, most certainly, most importantly, you should be taking something like the actual natural B vitamins. I said this before, and we are still kind of walking into the new months when I think that this is going to be so important to you. Natural B vitamins, B complex, to take every single morning. It's superb to take it in the morning because it's one of those vitamins that can act that are fine to take in the morning. They're not too heavy or anything, but it will rejuvenate you, re-energize you. It's going to give you energy, and also it's going to be beneficial for your brain, for your nervous system. It's going to be beneficial for your entire digestive system as well. And all these things are going to be quite sensitive and something to take care of. You need to make sure that the B vitamin complex you take every single morning, and also that folic acid is made as a folate, which is the natural version of folic acid. So it's made in as a folate, and the B12, it needs to be made as the actual methylcobalamin, which is the natural version of that particular B vitamin. So this is something I would really highly suggest you. And also, on another hand, if you can just get something like echinacea to boost your immune system, something really important. Echinacea is like going to be superb. So it's going to like keep your energy levels up as well by boosting your immune system. But what I would like to say to you, that if you get echinacea, you take it for like about 8 weeks, and then you have like a little bit of break, couple of weeks, then you take it for 8 weeks again, then you have a couple of week breaks, and then you just leave it for a while, you know. You only take echinacea, and I strongly suggest tincture when you just want to protect yourself from cold, flu and things like that. So this is something I would highly recommend you because it's going to increase your white cell count, echinacea. And I would also take echinacea every single day like that for a while, and then you have a break, then you take it, and then you have a long break. But at a time when you just feel really run down, when you feel really kind of like, oh god, that you need a little bit of boosting energy and things like that. So it's something that I would highly suggest you. Echinacea is like a must. But you also need to kind of make sure that you take the actual tincture, and you just put like about 15 drops, like about 3 times a day. 15 drops. I would use it like about 3 times a day, or 2 to 3 times a day. 15 drops. You take a little bit of water, plop, 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 15 drops, and then you drink it, you know, every single day. And it's just going to be something that is going to be so beneficial for you. Okay, so, and also if you're like kind of like spending a lot of time in the sun and things like that, then after a while you become a little bit sensitive to, when it comes to the actual sun, when it comes to taking echinacea. So this is something that I would this is something that I need to kind of make you aware. But otherwise, it's an absolutely mind-blowing supplement. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm going on the very first date that I would like to suggest to you. But before I go there, look at this new baby, how gorgeous these brand new pendants are. Look at this red jasper. It's absolutely a must. There is so much of negativity going on. There is so much of uncertainty going on. There is so much of this negative energy going on lately that it's taking over, and it's like, my god, and people are feeling it like there is no tomorrow. Whether you believe in like evil spirit or a negative spirit, you know, it's just entirely down to you. But trust me, they do exist. And sometimes, you know, these evil spirits, you know, they come from a completely different realm, and then they affect us in so many different ways. So the red jasper, this gorgeous red jasper, it's absolutely superb to protect your energy against any negativity, against negative energy, evil energy, until like against like an evil spirit. But it's an absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the actual grounding, when it comes to our endurance, when it comes to our nurturing, you know, and it's absolutely rejuvenating stone that we can find so beneficial in many different ways, you know. So this is something that I really like you to get, because at the time when we are doing a lot, when we are going through a lot, when we don't understand like certain things that are happening around us, you know, that can take its toll as well. So this brings us right down, but it also increases the passion, you know, around the things that we want to do, and it increases our energy, you know, especially when we feel a very strong motivation towards something. This red jasper is a must, okay, to wear throughout February and March 2022. And whenever you feel that need a little boost, whenever you need that little bit of passion, increased passion in your life, you know, and that reflects on other things, it just goes nicely, the energy flows really nicely. Okay, so this comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this gorgeous red jasper is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, I have to say that, so thank you very much. Okay, so this is red jasper, is something that I would like definitely recommend you to kind of boost your Vavavumish energy when it comes to your passion and things like that. A must have. So the very first important date that I would like to talk to you about is the 4th of February. Now the 4th of February, my God, it's actually going to start on the 1st of February. The 1st and 2nd of February, sorry, it's actually 1st and 2nd of February. Something is going to come through, something is going to come forward, and the certain part of your life is just going to kind of, you're going to be pinpointed towards the certain part of your life that you need to pay attention to, but you will not know what to do, because it's to do with a problem that is just bringing you down, and it's becoming bloody annoying at this moment in time. So by the time you get to the 4th of February, it's all about this wisdom that you're suddenly going to have with an ongoing problem that was just taking so much energy from you and making you feel uncomfortable, because you would lose your confidence every now and then. So this is why the 4th of February it's going to be a big mama, because it's all about you being very wise, you feeling very powerful, you're feeling very spiritual, you're gonna have this serene knowledge, but at the same time, you know, it's all about this spiritual penetration that is going to take over. What you have learned so far, you will not even be aware of until that moment in time, because you have learned something so important, and that in itself is going to need the next stage of your life, where you're going to need to be a little bit analytical in order to remove yourself from the part of your life that is just like kind of making you too frequently restrained. And this is absolutely brilliant. It's about inspiration, it's about hope, it's about you feeling re-energized, it's about you feeling this positive energy, it's about you kind of having this faith and hope that you didn't have in a long time. But then again, it's about the bright prospect coming in, baby, bright prospect coming in. And also at the same time, you know, when you become aware of the bright prospect coming in, it's in between the 4th and the 17th of February that this is where you're going to get a really important sign as well. You're going to have your own very positive and very powerful omen, my gorgeous Libra, and you will know this is something to do. You will know that you're on the right path. You will know that you should go for this like a bright prospect, because by the time you get to the last part of like February, you will just like kind of become aware of so many other possibilities, you know. So you just need to step in, you just need to step forward, you just need to jump in the water and swim, baby. Okay, it's important. And then that in itself, it's also going back to the 4th of February. Sorry, it's all about hope, happiness, inspiration, bright prospect. But then again, that in itself, it's also like, oh, you know, that certain part of your life that I mentioned before, you're just gonna realize, well, do you know what I mean? When the new beautiful flower comes up, the old flower is gonna die, you know. It's like some kind of rebirth. It's actually going to take place. Some kind of transformation is going to take place, which naturally means that by the end of the day, on the 4th and the 5th of February, you will know especially that the certain part of your life you have to kind of cut out, you have to stop, you have to move on from. But that in itself, it's you know, it's going to kind of bring a little bit of conflicting influence, but at the same time, you need to remember to take a methodical approach, and you will achieve what you want to achieve. This is very important, and do not let your emotions to get in the way. This is something you need to remember. The second important date, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to be on the 18th of February. So before I go there, look at this. Oh my God, another one. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is a brand new line, and these are probably the most beautiful crystal stones that I've had so far. These are absolutely gorgeous. This is a porcelain jasper, very, very powerful when it comes to emotional protection, when it comes to relaxation, when it comes to like when we are dealing with difficult things and the sensitive issues. It's an absolutely mind-blowing stone when it comes to our own stability, because it keeps us going. It keeps the energy where it's meant to be. But very much so when we have been through so much and it's just like certain things are just draining us out because they just don't make sense. This really helps you with your own emotional protection and stability. So this is something that brings you right back down, and it's also brilliant to come out of yourself, to communicate, to talk, you know, to express yourself in the way that you want to express yourself, especially around very sensitive subjects. This gorgeous porcelain jasper comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. But buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, so I'm really grateful. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. But what I was going to say is just that this is something that you're going to find quite beneficial, because it's almost immediately brings you that balance. And for March and February, or whenever you need, you know, to wear this, I would just definitely wear it, because you will be able to tell the amazing difference. Okay, so now the second important date is going to be on the 18th of February. So now, ooh la la, baby, you know, the very important new interest is coming in. New interest is just going to slide into your gorgeous life. New interests, just remember, new interest is coming in, okay? New interest in matters, new interest in things, which means that you're overcoming something really, really important in the stage and the part of your life that caused so much disharmony. So that in itself also caused you feeling lack of a bit ambition. Whether you realize this or not, this is going to be a pretty much so the part of your turning point, because it's going to make you feel really active. And what this activity, it's all about you wanting to inspect a certain part of your life. You wanting to explore certain part of your life. So you need to pay attention to your feelings, to your emotions, to your intuition, like what is on your mind, what is calling you. This is pretty much so to do with your personal spiritual call that is just gonna be enlightening moment in time. You need to understand that this is all about the specific path that you're going to find yourself that is indeed going to bring you success and really big accomplishment when it comes to finances, when it comes to financial security, but also when it comes to your own spirituality. Okay, so this part of your life is going to make you feel really proud of yourself. Okay, so now the third important date, my gorgeous Libra, it's going to be on the 28th of February. So now the 28th of February, you just need to understand, you know, a little bit of a tricky situation is going to take place that is just kind of going to make you wonder, because something is going to happen like completely out of the blue on the 27th actually of February. So by the time you get to the 28th of February, it's all about you needing to understand that continuation, this is what you need to do. You need to carry on. Some kind of continuation. It's going to require from you to be very clever, to be very smart, like a little kitty, but then you are very clever, you're very smart anyway, you're super intuitive, so it doesn't really matter. So it's all about this important continuation that it's also kind of like, oh my God, gonna make you aware certain maybe jealousy or somebody being a little bit jealous, but you know what? That is going to make you feel quite good about yourself, because you will know that you're doing the right thing. So you will know exactly what I mean. It's actually, for some reason, it's going to make you feel really good, because those who feel jealous about you are going to feel like delicious, you know, because you're not, you will know that, you know, these people or that person doesn't mean much to you. So this is actually going to be quite good for you, quite positive. And also on another hand, you know, it's the 28th of February. It's going to, that important continuation, it's also going to lead towards you beginning of understanding, an important moment in time when it comes to you reaching towards a very, very sacred enlightenment. enlightenment. You will reach towards enlightenment by paying attention to this important continuation, and that in itself, it's just going to become like a little adventure on its own. It's going to make you feel very enthusiastic. It's going to bring you this powerful initiative, and also it's about those unlimited possibilities that I mentioned before. It's all about you realizing, oh my God, I've got unlimited possibilities. What have I been doing? It doesn't really matter. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. So now it's your time. This is your turning point, but at the same time, you know, it's going to bring a very healthy obsession into your life. And you know, also on another hand, you are on the 28th of February going to have like a bit of an exciting intellectual challenge, and that in itself, it's going to bring brilliant insight in itself. But it's all about you understanding that there is going to be the specific information that you're going to become aware of that might be a little bit challenging to receive. But then again, what you need to do is just to review all the documents or anything like that very carefully. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm going to see what is going to happen to you on the first part of February, mid part of February, and the last part of February, just really briefly. So the first part of February, you know, it's like the more you spend time within the actual nature, the more you take care of yourself, the better it's going to be. Get something for yourself, reward something, you reward yourself with something, you know, that's quite good, and it increases your energy. But on another hand, you know, I would highly suggest you to go into the forest and reconnect with yourself, to meditate. You know, this is a very important time to do this, because most certainly you are going to be receiving all sorts of informations, all sorts of messages that you haven't come across in a long time. But also the first part of February, it's the time of a self-discovery. What this self-discovery is going to be, oh my Lord, very important indeed. The mid part of February is just like all about the brilliant ideas, my gorgeous Libras, that are going to need a little bit of refinement. You know, you are most certainly going to overcome certain obstacles, but then at the same time, you have to communicate clearly, and you have to remain objective. The last part of February, do not fail to recognize the magical opportunity. This is something I need to stress. Don't fail to recognize a magical opportunity at the end of February. You know, you are going to wake up here. And also, you know, I really like the end of February, because it's also going to mark the whole new stage and a period in your life where you're going to see, you know, the end of a very big challenge, you know, challenging times for you, and where things are finally going to start looking up. And I really like it a lot, because I know how much this is going to mean to you, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, and did you think I'm going to forget? Did you really think I'm going to forget? Did you really think I'm going to forget? Libera, 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 libera. Raise your vibration. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. My gorgeous Libra, just remember to raise your vibration. Do things that you want to do. Live your life the way you want to live your life. Do anything you want to do. Do what your spirit is telling you to do. Always remember to follow your intuition and raise your vibration. Okay, so now my gorgeous Libra, I do apologize for my singing, but I can't help myself. I can't help myself. So now my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to the couples and what is going to happen to those of you who are single and ready to stranger in the night. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, you know what, for those of you who are in relationship, this is going to be such an important time. You're both going to see something. You're both going to find yourself on a certain path, okay? And that path is going to consist of you both seeing something at the same time. And that moment in time, it's going to be the sacred time of your personal self-illumination for both of you. And that is just going to open your eyes, but it's also going to kind of like make you aware what you have both been like kind of in denial, you know, self-denial, when it comes to you allowing yourself to kind of like go on the next stage of your life. This in itself is going to make you creative, very, very creative towards doing something, towards achieving something, towards like finding yourself on a certain path and just carrying on with your life. This is so, so, so important because it's about an inspiration, but it's also going to create at the same time very powerful way out of a very annoying situation. Okay, for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Libra, do you know what I see? Stranger in the night, Liberina in the morning, na 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 na. Stranger in the night, Liberina in the morning, stranger in the night, and Liberina, my gorgeous Liberina. I can see somebody, I can see somebody slowly coming into your life, somebody very special. It's about to walk into your life, and it's going to happen at around the same time for those of you who become aware of this, like a pretty much bright prospects. These bright prospects are going to put you on the path, and that path is going to connect you with somebody very, very special, my gorgeous Libra. This person is going to literally change your life. This person is going to change everything. There is so much that you're going to learn through this person, and that person is going to learn so much from you as well. Something rather interesting and mysterious is going to be around that person. But you're gonna like that because you like that deepness, you like the depth, you know, you like when people are deep, you like when people are smart, clever, intelligent, you like this, I know it. So now my gorgeous Libra, you know, someone very special is about to walk into your life, and it's gonna happen either in February, this month, or in March, or in April. These 3 months are gonna be very important when it comes to that particular person. I'm saying to you February, March, or April, purely because it's about these bright prospects that I'm talking about. Some of you are gonna see this person this month in February, and to some of you it's going to happen in March, and to some of you in April. It really depends, but the bottom line is that you will know these bright prospects that I'm talking about with unlimited possibilities that you're going to become aware of. They're also going to bring a really powerful people in your life that are going to take for a long time, that are going to stay there for a long time, and they're going to be playing an important role, where one of them is going to be, hello my darling, that particular person. So you have got something very, very good to look forward to, my gorgeous Libras, especially if you have been waiting for someone special for a long time. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Libras. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye. Libera, 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 libera. Love you.